I'm still in shock about Alma's death. I can't remember where I'm putting anything. If I put a cup of tea down, I can't remember where I put it or left it. But this is to be expected. But I think the excessive noise this morning and the finishing off yesterday of the decorating, which followed a week of central heating installation, and my flat in complete disarray. If I put something down, anything, there's such disarray in my flat left over from yesterday that you can't find anything you've put down. I wanted a quiet day today with my cats, trying to take our leave of Alma in our own way, but it became impossible. There was 2 hours of slab drilling in the flat next door to me, Nick's old flat, which residential land gained possession of about 4 weeks ago. And when the quiet period began at 10 o'clock, there was no more peace to be had than in the previous 2 hours. The platform, which has the motto, the way up, the only way is the way up, was going up and down like a yo-yo in the quiet period this morning, really frightening the cats. There was nothing to be done with that noise. They were replacing the drain pipes with newer drain pipes, the huge black drain pipes in the stairwell of the fire escape from top to bottom. I noticed someone inside the flats drilling out the stonework, and then there were the oxyacetylene cutters and the drills on the outside to fix the pipes in the quiet period. My windows couldn't be opened today because of the noise, because of the dust, and in London today it was 90, probably approaching 95, with no chance of the windows being opened today. It would help if the door of flat 1 could be closed, so the slab drilling could be a bit more muffled, but they won't do that. There's no way in that situation that I can grieve for Alma today. So I resume my protest on the Abbey Road, so that I can stand here, talk to the public about what is happening, and think about Alma's 13 years and the 3 last days when we didn't know she was dying. It's been a good day since I came out. There was no way I could stay in that flat with that noise going on. The heat was unbearable, the noise was unbearable, and immediately I knew I had made the right decision. And it is as though I've not been away at all. The people came up that I knew from 3 weeks ago, and it was as though I was just continuing. The wind keeps gusting, and I have to watch the placard. It's already been blown full length onto the pavement, but the wind is very, very welcome. It's cooling things down. It's very, very difficult to say what this time is like. I got my bed back after 6 weeks of being on the floor on 5 pillows, but I couldn't sleep. I simply couldn't sleep. Alma was just haunting my mind. Ali's sitting in the kitchen, hoping that she'll come back. I think he knows she's not coming back, but he won't leave the kitchen at night. I've got The cat's in disarray. My flat is in disarray. And I have never known a time, a year, that has been so bad in my whole life. Apart from the year when my mother died, when I was 15 years old. I feel that same sense of helplessness and powerlessness that I felt back then. That there was nothing I could do to alter my situation. Any more back then than now. We would be, all of us, the family that were left behind after my mother's death. We would be left to grieve for her for the rest of our lives. The builders will go. I've been told it will be right through October. And there is a chance that they will be gone by the beginning of November. It's something absolutely vital that I have to do. And it may not be in Oxford College, it may not be Leeds University, it may not be the Royal Free, but it's important in its own right. It may well be the first protest against the building trade. And for that reason, it's important that I continue this. Whatever else remains that I have to do. I'm no use in my flat at the moment anyway. Everything I've tried to do to put things right in my flat has just ended in nothing. So I might as well leave that work for the weekends and the evenings. And I'm sure it'll be done just as quickly. I'm curiously lost for words today. I didn't think that I would be out here as soon as this. So soon. I can't help wondering where the poetry has gone. There's no sign of it returning. I'm surrounded by builders. I've still got my own enforcement builders coming in for the last finishing touches. The petty squabbles about bits of floor that need stick-on tiles putting down. When I think of the waste, the beautiful floors in this place that have gone under the slab drills, the money that has been wasted on this renovation around me, and my builders are squabbling about stick-on tiles on floors that you can't walk on without getting splinters in your feet. I can't take any joy at the moment in the painted walls. The painting and the central heating have been well installed. I can't fault those workers. But I think that there's a lot of bullying. We were being forced to do Saturday last week, Barry and I. This was before Alma even became ill. And there is no way we could have done Saturday. We were virtually given no choice. We were told that it was for our own good. And as always with Adram, the workers arrive to do the work, and they're always called off to another job. They come back and the work gets finished, but it's extremely frustrating. And on this occasion, being asked to do Saturday was not for our good at all. It was so that the what you call the gang leader, it was so that Dimitri could go off and do another job while we did Saturday. On top of Barry travelling for 2 full weeks by taxi every day from Sutton, when he's housebound, suffering from nerve damage, travelling all that way to help me to deal with an impossible situation and contain the cats in the flat. We refused to do that Saturday at the last moment because we just simply couldn't. And as it turned out, had we done that Saturday, Alma would have been ill right through it. We had enough to cope with. We had enough to cope with a sick cat. My neighbours are wondering why I'm out here again. But I don't really care anymore what anybody thinks about me. My flat is in disarray, and that's a short step from being seen as that was your normal way of life. It will take weeks to put that disarray right. And no doubt my neighbours will think that I'm some kind of hoarder now. I'm slightly elevated from a bag lady to a hoarder. They don't stop to think that the builders left my flat in that mess. And there's nothing one person recovering from a ruptured bowel can do, except do it slowly, bit by bit. I'm tired of the petty-mindedness of most people I encounter. How people talk about each other and tear each other to pieces when they've been speaking to each other as human beings. I'm tired of women. Women sometimes can be worse than men. And the lack of loyalty and the lack of support we have for each other. I don't know why poets attract this negative attention. We seem to become the scapegoats for everything. We're soft targets, I suppose, and that's not ever going to change. Rob and Yelena lost their flat on Tuesday. They were my only friends here, and I shall miss them. Nick and Amy have gone, and in their place are the slab drills. And it's not likely to end anytime soon. Meanwhile, I'm out here. You get either, on this road, you get either support, buses hooting and cheering, or complete derision. You never get anything in between. And you have to be thick-skinned to take it all. And thick-skinned is something that I am not. You have to learn to weave a mesh of a veil around yourself that the public don't see. I feel very sad that I'm back in this situation, but there's no life in my home to be had. And I'm reminded of Alma everywhere I look. So I'm not helping myself being in my flat, cowering from the noise, unable to open my windows because of the dust, unable to complain to anyone about what is happening, unable to gain any redress at any level, or even be heard. The only thing I can hope for now is that the rest of the cats stay healthy until the end of this year, and that I can get through it as best I can on this road.